Yeah, it's just my mate Richard McDonald. I'm just going to make him a cup of tea. This is up there with the most surreal trips I've ever been on. Who's going to turn up? I reckon Herney will be down here in a minute. Mouth's all dry. Can't see a thing about my glasses, but I've got a fish on. Can't even call it the best kept secret because well, once again, I welcome you to an episode of the vlog on what is a bitterly cold morning. I've travelled from Essex to the Colne Valley, so I'm officially carpy now. M25 in the background, as you can not only see, but I can definitely hear. But we're at a couple of new Embryo Waters. We've got a couple to choose from. This is Iris Lake that you can see at the minute. And over on the other side of the road, other side of the pathway, you've got Gordon's Lake. I'm not sure which one I'm going to fish yet. They've both got an amazing stock of carp in. This one, the carp are slightly bigger, but less of them. So I've just got to decide, do I want sort of more guaranteed bites or hope for a better one? We'll, not sure yet, I haven't made any decisions, but keep you posted. Oh, it's cold. I've chosen to come onto the trickier lake of the two, Iris. Now, it's a bit smaller, a lot less carp in, but what I wanted to do was set up on some sign of activity, and after speaking to one of the members who said he'd been here been doing quite a few overnighters, I think he said he's done a week's worth and not had anything, already in my mind I was thinking perhaps it ain't the one. I've come to the other end of the lake, lo and behold, a carp rolled almost under what the rod tip, where the rod tips will be. So proper excited, but unfortunately underprepared. On the way round though, had a chat with the same member who was just packing away, and he showed me on his phone some of the fish that he's caught out of here. And I'm glad we're on here. If I can have, honestly, every fish that he showed me on his phone was mega. There was a mega fully scaled, there was a big, looked like an upper 20, fairly plain looking fish. There's another carp. I'm talking too much. I'm talking and not tying. I'm not being funny. I've been sat at home for best part of 10 days in isolation after monster carp. I could have sat and tied a load of rigs. I didn't. I've got nothing ready. I'm undergunned. I'm not undergunned, I'm underprepared, which I don't like being. So I feel like this opportunity is passing, and I'm sat here having to tie rigs, tie solid bags up, go on about preparation all the time, give it the big un, and here I am with nothing ready. Bad angling that. I honestly feel like solid bags are one of the, I can't even call it the best kept secret because everyone talks about solids all the time, but the amount of people that actually use them is minimal, and they are so effective. Whether you're fishing them over the top of bait, whether you're casting them using them like I am, kinda like, it's what I call my single hook bait tactic in the spring. I know it's not a single, you know, you can argue it any way you want, but there is still bait in the bag, obviously. And once that pellet's been in the water for a little while, it just turns to mush pretty quickly. But it's still leaking off oils, it's still leaking off attraction. And when it's only your hook bait sat amongst it, I really believe that pellet has such a greater pulling power than a hook bait on its own. I tend to use them a hell of a lot, especially like we are here now. I've only got 24 hours here, but we've seen them. I'm on them, and the thing is, once you're on active fish in the spring, quite literally anything's possible. All the bites that it has been doing have been at night anyway, so I kind of feel like I've put myself in a good position. There's fish in front of us. I don't expect them to move too far. It's not the biggest of lakes, so even if nothing happens throughout the day, I'm sure they're going to be here at night. And one of these little parcels of loveliness is going to be well positioned to get my first Iris Lake carp. All sounds good, doesn't it? Maybe the biggest blank in history. That's fishing. Now I've bigged up the solid bags and I do love using them, but the little yellow one in spring being recast regularly has been the downfall of many carp over the years. So whilst I will still be flicking these solids around, this is certainly going to get moved around a bit more regularly, just because it's that bit quicker and a bit easier. Haven't seen anything else, but I know there's fish in the zone, and like I say, you land one in front, you know, bang in front of a carp, it's going to eat it. It's going to eat it. I've spit the moon. It's your fault. Well, it's been a nice start to the session. Literally, the only thing missing is a fish. I've had a bit of a change around tactics wise. I've now got a couple of zigs out there and just roving that pop up around all the time. When the sun comes out, it feels really warm, high pressure. I just think the fish are going to be up in the water. Then on top of that, there are quite a few people dropping in. It's been quite sociable. A few brews made, sun shining, Richie McDonald's fishing on the other side of the lake, drinking loads of tea. I'm in the Colne Valley. Don't get any carpier than that. Shut the front door. No, there isn't.
Yes, it is. Look on the website. It says.
All right, you're coming across. You are coming across as very aggressive here.
No, I'm just very proud to have extracted a carp from a notoriously difficult venue and under extremely tough conditions as well.
Yeah, I only ever did the one night and just had the 7.
It's not like that anymore, mate. You're looking at 7 fish a season.
Oh dear. Well, I'm very pleased that you pulled it, as you, in your words, out of the bag.
Yeah. Yeah, what are you ringing me for anyway? What do you want? Just gonna rub it in that you're filming your little vlog or something?
We definitely aren't filming this Call for Spooners vlog either. Definitely not.
Don't, 'cause it's too short.
Would you really think we'd do that?
I'd do it to you.
I've got no comeback for that. Who's coming to Northwick? Is it going to be you, or is it going to be the Dr. Dave Robinson?
Is it not next week, is it?
Week after.
Might be. I think it's going to be me, to be honest.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, okay, sweet.
I thought I'd come and see you.
Anyway, listen, I wish you all the best for the night ahead, as I wish myself luck for the night ahead, because I know you're not going to offer it to me because you're still very, very upset.
I've just knocked my drone off. Fuck's sake. Not funny.
Alright, I'm going to go, mate. I'm going to get takeaway delivered soon.
Good luck. Say hello to Lewis for me.
Yeah, I will do. Love you, mate.
See ya.
See ya. Bye. I love that, man. Elliot Gray, ladies and gentlemen, one of life's true idiots. Serious questions you're faced with at times like this. Would a serious carp angler in the Colne Valley put a door on their bivvy? Or would they just, knowing it's going to be cold, just grin and bear it? I think it's grin and bear it time. I'm just after the yard. Right, the day has sort of led to nothing really, but I've learned a bit more about the swim, and what I'm doing now is just having a good lead around to try and find some spots for the night ahead. The few bites that I know of from this lake have all come at night, so I just want to make sure that I know that my rigs are presented on what I feel like are the best spots within a little zone, and I've just found a really nice little strip of gravel here. But more importantly, I want to wrap the rods up, so should I get a bite at night, I can get it exactly back on that same zone again. And a bit like my under preparedness with my rigs, I've done exactly the same with food. So me and Lewis are going to have a takeaway, not sure what yet, we're going to choose in a bit. And on top of that, I'm doing a Facebook/Instagram live with the lads over at Beginner Carp UK. Been trying to sort it out for a little while, not managed to do it, but signal's good here, so tonight's the night. So hopefully, I'll see you again soon with a fish. If not, see you in the morning with a brew.
Well, life of a vlogger, he sent me out to go get the takeaway, and he's chosen KFC. Well, that looks very tempting.
Well, mouth's all dry, can't see a thing about my glasses, but I've got a fish on. Right hand rod, fished out towards the pylon, sort of out in the open water, sort of in the middle of the lake really. Just pulled up tight. And yeah, first bite from a new lake. Come on, mate. Yes. Oh. I didn't think he was ever going to give up. And look at you. Now this is the beauty of doing what I did last night, so I made sure I found a real nice clean area out there, and it means, because I wrapped up on the distance sticks, another solid bag, bit of pink brigo, I can get it right back on the spot. We're only about an hour from daylight, and that was when we started seeing the shows yesterday morning when we arrived, so I feel like there's a chance of another, you know. Confidence is high all of a sudden. Hit the clip now. Look at that. There is a possibility that he has never seen a hook before. They're young fish, they've not been fished for much. What I'm going to do is get him weighed, have a cup of tea before light, and then we can have a proper look at him in the morning sunshine. The morning ice shine. It might not look cold, but everything's covered in frost, including my hands. Just hold a cup of tea. That is £26. That'll do. I'm not going to open him up back now. I'm going to put him straight back in the edge. We are going to save him until we're going to have a proper good look. Thank you, mate. Yes. I'd be more than happy with one fish, and I am, but to have a second bite, I'm really pleased with this one because it came after, even though it wasn't very far out, it came after quite a lot of extensive leading around, because I found this tiny little strip of gravel just down to the left, and this one I put a little bit more bait on, chucked a few boilies over the top, and yeah, we're away again. That, in the words of Uncle Albert, it was so cold the flame on my lighters froze. Get back out. The second one's not weighed yet. The first one was £26, and I reckon the second one's similar, mate. I reckon that's mid-20 as well. I've still got them both rich, to be fair, because we've got... Alright, mate. I'll make you a cup of tea. See you in a bit. Will do, mate. Cheers, mate. Yeah, it's just my mate Richard McDonald. Just going to make him a cup of tea. This is up there with the most surreal trips I've ever been on. Who's going to turn up? I reckon Herney will be down here in a minute.
There's no way to cast out there. I mean, I couldn't cast there now. We're all in top gear. Simon's just took casting lessons. You know?
I know, he was telling me.
140, he's telling me.
Silly distance.
I mean, what a silly distance. Where are you going to get your bait there? What are you going to do? Swim it out? Boat it out? You ain't going to get it out with a frying stick, I'll tell you that much. We're only catapult. I don't know if they Simon said. Now touch it, just put it on top of the freezer and it's touched the ceiling. Is it? It's been a week. I love it. Move it.
Love Jacko.
Yeah, it is.
Well, have a look at that. That is a proper bruiser. 26 pound, possibly the first time it's been caught. It's not a very old fish, and with them shoulders, that's going to grow into a very, very special carp. He's just got a couple of marks on his flank there, which I'm just going to treat with propolis, and I'll just run you through that too. But for now, let's just take in that beautiful carp. Yes. Zip's frozen. It was. So what I like to do with the areas, you can see there's a little hook mark where I caught him. It's just drying those areas as much as possible so the propolis can stay in position. I'm just going to dab in with my jumper on all these little marks, and then you put the propolis on. It's quite a thick material, it comes from bees. And I use the cap, you just pour water over the top and you'll see it will change colour where it creates like a skin. Just seals it on top. Doesn't look very pleasant, but it's all about trying to put them back in a better condition than what they came out in. And then lastly, just a little dab in his mouth. And we can now get him back in the water. Thank you so much, mate. Tell you what, you can read it for me, mate.
Okay. I'll give you a false reason.
40 how much?
I haven't got my glasses on. It's 20, 26, I'll make it 26.8.
Yeah.
26 bit bigger? Oh my
Well,
days.
there you go, 26.8, I'll make that, and that's
Wow.
without my glasses.
That'll do, won't it? Well, there you go. I half called it when we got here yesterday early. That's when the fish were active, so I did wonder if it'd be early morning when we got our chances. Didn't think this one was a bit bigger though. 26.5, and another really cool carp. It's already a cool venue, but this is going to be something very, very special in the not too distant future. Thank you so much, buddy.
What, then it's never been reproduced? Because...
Well, that is the end of this week's adventure, and it couldn't really have gone much better. Not only was I fortunate enough to land a couple of mid-20s, but I got to share it with Richie McDonald, a true angling icon, proper legend. He stayed round this morning, had a couple of cups of tea, but now it's time to pack away and think about next week when I'll be back in the pursuit of James's, my 3-year target and counting. Hope you've enjoyed it this week. See you again soon.